What are some ways for my company to limit downtime?
When we look at downtime, we want to plan for that in every organization, so that there's a lot of ways that downtime can occur. So we want to definitely have a plan for when it does, so that we're not caught off guard. Every organization of any size needs to have some plans around downtime. The first thing we can do to limit downtime is try to avoid those factors that can contribute to downtime in the beginning. So we want to look at how much redundancy is on the computer network. A lot of organizations can't afford to have fully redundant infrastructure, but there are certain areas where we can affordably put in redundancy. If the internet is critical to your organization and it's growing in criticality for most organizations through the deployment of cloud applications, we would look at having multiple internet connections. So there's technologies. The new technology around that is called SD-WAN, which stands for Software-Defined Wide Area Networking, where we use equipment on the edge of the network to control which internet connection that traffic goes over for web-based applications that your staff uses for critical business functions. Other things we want to look at are there applications that run on the local area network that should be run in the cloud. So there's a big movement to the cloud for a lot of different applications. Some stuff we like to see on site, some stuff we put in the cloud. I think there's a mix for every organization. No organization is going to be fully cloud-based or fully on-premise at this point in time. How are your backups configured? So if we have a failure on a critical server, can we pull that server up in a virtual environment on site quickly? So we can take what would be a major downtime event where a server has gone offline and we have to order in parts and we have to wait to get that thing back up and running. That's going to be a major downtime event for most organizations of days, potentially a week, depending upon what's wrong with it. There's technologies now that we're deploying through business continuity that allow us to pull that server up in a matter of as little as 15 minutes on a standby piece of equipment as part of the backup solution. So we can spin that environment up. Your staff is working, maybe it's a little slower than it normally is, but you're accessing that data, it's all running, and then we're remediating whatever caused that downtime on the back end, but your staff is still functional during that time period. So, and those systems are really nice in that most of them now integrate off-site disaster recovery functionality that includes the ability to spin up those workloads in a cloud environment in the event that you have no office or are not able to go into that office space and work. So we would be able to stand up a scenario where workers could work from home in an emergency type situation. So there's a lot of things we can do nowadays on the technology side to limit the effect of downtime and the little amount of time that network is offline and your workers can't produce. But it's all part of that plan. So we got to have the planning in place at the beginning so we know what those remediation events are going to be.